August 24, 2025, began like any other day in Manila. Jeepneys rumbling through the streets, vendors setting up their stalls, and millions of people heading out to start their daily routines. The city was alive with its usual energy, the air filled with the familiar sounds of laughter, bargaining, and engines. For most, it seemed like just another ordinary morning in the heart of the Philippines. But then, everything changed in an instant. A headline from the Saudi royal family swept across social media and appeared on every screen in the country. Phones buzzed with notifications and people paused in the middle of their commutes to check the news. The message was everywhere, on television, on radios, and lighting up the feeds of millions of Filipinos. The message was simple yet powerful, a heartfelt public praise for the Filipino people. It was an official statement, but it felt deeply personal, as if it was meant for every Filipino, wherever they were in the world. In a world where news about overseas Filipino workers, or OFWs, so often focused on hardship, sacrifice, and struggle, this was a stunning reversal. For once, the spotlight was on their strength, kindness, and resilience. The statement overflowed with warmth and gratitude, recognizing the loyalty, dedication, and spirit that Filipinos brought to Saudi homes and workplaces. It spoke of the countless ways Filipinos had become part of Saudi families, not just as workers, but as trusted friends and companions. Suddenly, the city's usual noise was replaced by a new kind of energy, a buzz of pride and excitement. People stopped in their tracks, gathering in small groups to read the news together, their faces lighting up with joy and disbelief. Strangers smiled at each other, sharing the news as if it were a personal victory. In parks, on sidewalks, and in crowded jeepneys, people hugged, laughed, and celebrated together, united by a sense of national pride. In homes from Benguet to Zamboanga, families with loved ones working in Saudi Arabia felt a surge of validation and joy. Video calls were made, messages sent, and families gathered around televisions, sharing the moment with relatives both near and far. Tears welled up in the eyes of mothers and fathers who had sacrificed so much, sending their children abroad in search of a better life. For them, this recognition was more than just words. It was a long-awaited affirmation of their struggles and hopes. The royal praise was more than a compliment, it was an affirmation of the Filipino soul, a recognition of the quiet heroism that had long gone unnoticed by the world. News anchors spoke with pride, their voices trembling with emotion as they shared the story. Social media overflowed with messages of gratitude, unity, and hope, as Filipinos everywhere celebrated this rare moment of global recognition. Hashtags like #PinoyPride and #ThankYouSaudi trended for days, as millions posted their own stories and messages of thanks. The digital world became a tapestry of Filipino pride, woven together by a single extraordinary event. For the first time in a long while, the world had finally recognized the quiet heroism of millions of Filipinos. Their stories, sacrifices, and triumphs were no longer hidden. They were celebrated, honored, and remembered by people across the globe. For years, the Philippine-Saudi relationship was seen as economic: oil, remittances, trade. But the royal family's statement shifted the focus from money to the Filipino spirit. It wasn't about what Filipinos produced, but who they were: loyal, optimistic, and resilient. The Saudis spoke of trust and friendship, not just contracts. Filipinos became more than workers, they became companions, caregivers, and friends. The world saw that the Philippines' greatest export isn't a commodity, but its people. Our values, care, and spirit are priceless. The royal praise declared that a Filipino's worth can't be measured in rials or dollars, it's measured in the lives they touch and the trust they earn. The Filipino-Saudi bond began in the 1970s, when Filipinos answered the call to help build a nation. Trust wasn't written in contracts, it was earned, one honest act at a time. Filipino mechanics, accountants, and nannies became known for reliability and care. In many Saudi homes, Filipinos hold the keys, manage households, and are trusted with children. In offices, they're the gatekeepers and confidants. Filipino nurses and caregivers are sought after for their compassion and dedication. This trust goes beyond work, it's a partnership built on respect. The royal family's praise was a public acknowledgement of this deep-lived truth. For decades, Filipinos have quietly built a reputation for trustworthiness and heart. Overseas Filipino Workers, or OFWs, have long been called Bagong Bayani, the new heroes, because of the immense sacrifices they make for their families and for the nation. Every day, they leave behind the comfort of home, the warmth of loved ones, and the familiarity of their homeland, all in pursuit of better opportunities abroad. Their journeys are filled with uncertainty, but also with hope and determination. Recently, the Saudi royals' public statement reframed the story of OFWs, not just as people who sacrifice, but as individuals who embody true courage and heroism. Their words highlighted the bravery it takes to face the unknown, to adapt to new cultures, and to thrive in foreign lands. Today, OFWs are recognized not only as workers, but as ambassadors of the nation's best qualities: resilience, skill, and compassion. They represent the Philippines with pride, showing the world the strength and talent of the Filipino people. Their journey is an act of bravery, leaving home to build a life abroad, often in places where they must learn new languages and customs. Each farewell at the airport is a testament to their courage and love for their families. The royal praise cast OFWs as modern adventurers, overcoming barriers and carrying their families' hopes and dreams on their shoulders. They face challenges with unwavering resolve, always striving to provide a better future for those they love. Their heroism is found in their daily dedication, whether building cities, running IT systems, or caring for others with compassion and skill. Every task they perform, no matter how big or small, is a contribution to the world. This recognition from global leaders empowers OFWs, validating their choices and sacrifices. It reminds them that their hard work is seen, valued, and appreciated far beyond their own families. They are not just workers, but respected members of a global community, bridging cultures, building friendships, and making a positive impact wherever they go. The world now sees their integrity, dedication, and the lasting impact they make in every corner of the globe. They are true heroes, carrying the Philippine flag with honor, dignity, and an unbreakable spirit, making the nation proud wherever they may be. Beyond the statistics and headlines are the deeply personal stories that truly define the Filipino experience in Saudi Arabia. These are stories of connection, compassion, and the quiet strength that comes from caring for others far from home. Take 8 Lydia, for example. She's been a household manager for over 20 years. Over time, she became more than just an employee. She became a beloved member of the family, celebrating birthdays, graduations, and weddings with those she once cared for as children. Her presence is woven into the family's most cherished memories. Or consider Kuya Ramon, a driver whose dedication and kindness made him a trusted confidant. He's not just a staff member, but an honored guest at family gatherings, always greeted with open arms and genuine affection. These stories are not isolated cases. Across Saudi Arabia, Filipino nannies, caregivers, and workers become integral parts of the families they serve, building bonds that last a lifetime. They witness first steps, attend graduations, and offer comfort during difficult times. Their support is constant, their care unwavering, and their presence often becomes a source of strength for the families they help. In return, many Saudi employers treat their Filipino workers as true family, supporting their children's education, visiting their hometowns in the Philippines, and extending kindness that bridges cultures and generations. Filipinos bring a piece of home wherever they go. They share traditional food, laughter, and faith, creating moments of joy and togetherness that transcend borders. Through these acts, they create a sense of belonging, even in a foreign land, turning unfamiliar places into warm, welcoming homes. This remarkable ability to form deep, genuine bonds is one reason why the Saudi royals and dignitaries have offered such admiration and respect to the Filipino community. Filipinos offer not just skill and service, but true heart, kinship, and a spirit of family that leaves a lasting impact wherever they go. What makes Filipinos so trusted? It's a blend of cultural values. At the core is a deep, selfless concern for others. Filipino nurses and helpers go beyond duty, caring as if for their own family. Adaptability and resilience help Filipinos thrive anywhere, learning languages and customs with a smile. Humor and warmth break down barriers, making any place feel like home. Loyalty, rooted in, means Filipinos repay kindness with years of dedicated service. This creates powerful, reciprocal bonds with employers. Filipino hospitality brings joy and community, even in formal settings. This mix of adaptability, loyalty, and warmth is the Filipino secret to lasting relationships. The Saudi royal family's praise is more than a compliment, it's a national honor. It affirms the Filipino character and lifts the spirit of a nation. For OFWs and their families, it reframes their story from hardship to heroism. Their sacrifices are now seen as building bridges between nations. This recognition strengthens ties between the Philippines and Saudi Arabia, inspiring hope for better treatment and understanding. It encourages Filipinos everywhere to embody integrity and warmth. The royal praise reflects the best of the Filipino nation. Our strength lies not in resources but in the heart of our people. Across oceans and islands, the world now honors the quiet dignity and enduring spirit of the Filipino.